it almost sounds like a conspiracy theory, but he talks about why obesity is not actually caused by like surplus calories or anything. And all these brain dead fitness YouTubers still say the same thing. Like everyone who talks about calories in, calories out, it's such a fucking childish way to look at nutrition, because that's like saying like all currency is the same. When people say all calories are the same, it's like $1 is a pound. No, it's not. If you're a fucking retard, maybe, and even then, it's like you'd know that, okay, currency is different, and so of course the calories that you get from meat is going to be different from the calories that you get from fucking Twizzlers. And there's like, the issue is because that shit sells. When there's a guy with a six-pack who makes a video like, oh, you know, my 10,000 calorie challenge or my full day of eating, and he's eating cereal, people are going to click on it, and suddenly the message is spread like wildfire, and now people only think about calories and a bit of protein, because you can make muscle that way, fine. But the idea was like you wanted to make muscle and actually live long enough to enjoy it and not feel like shit and lethargic. And like what's interesting, like I really like Alex Hormozi, but his diet advice is fucking shit. And the fact that he wears like he struggles to breathe. He wears the nose strips. He's got heavy breath and everything. He's not like he's said it himself that he's not even that physically healthy, and it's not something he genuinely cares about. But every time I see a video of him where he's breathing heavily, I'm just thinking like, well, this is why you've told us that your diet's like 2,000 calories of cookies and stuff. It's like, this is why. Sure, you can make a fuck ton of muscle with just eating protein and the right calories. Of course you can. Muscle's not like, it doesn't really need amazing nutrition to make it. But never forget, like, health is supposed to be the foundation upon that. Because if you don't have your health, but you've got the muscle, like, what's the point of being a massive bodybuilder who has got depression and doesn't even enjoy the fact that he's got the muscle to begin with? What's the point? Yeah. Honestly, in the end, it's like, this advice isn't very attractive, but especially when it comes to fitness and health and muscle and strength and diet and all this stuff, in the end, there's only one golden rule, which is do what works for you. Now, 99% of people can't actually follow this rule because they don't even know what works for them, because they've not experimented or been somewhat consistent enough. But once you know what works for you, it's like, it doesn't matter what everyone else can suggest, because okay, you've experimented with 7 different diets and, you know, different workout routines and stuff. This is the one that gives you the benefits that you've wanted, gives you the health that you've wanted. Your brain feels good, you can learn and stuff, you don't get this weird brain fog, you feel physically fit, you don't get that like physical tired slump like most people do, and they have it all day every day. If you feel like pretty much every day of your life you could wake up and exercise and run and challenge yourself, then you probably have a fairly decent diet right now, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people literally don't feel like they've got the energy to literally move their body like at all. Which is, when you think about that, that's actually really fucked, isn't it? Like probably most people, more people than not, genuinely feel like they don't have enough energy to move their body any day that they wake up. It's exercise as well. When people say that they're too tired to work out, sometimes they need a mental reframe. You can't be too tired to work out. That's a myth. You're tired because you don't exercise. Like, you have the energy that you deserve based on how much you have exercised over the last 6 months. And so if you feel tired during the day for a little bit, like I get like a little slump sometimes. Okay, that seems to be fine. But if you are tired every single day for most of the day, it's probably, like, you know, people think it's overtraining or some bullshit. Like, if you're some elite athletic athlete, maybe, but none of us here, I don't even think, would meet that metric. I genuinely think that, like, for most people, we can even say that problem doesn't even exist. It's because you haven't exercised enough. Like, for me, I've realized that I actually, like, recently I've been getting a little bit more tired around, like, 4 or 5 p.m., sometimes around 12. And it's because I actually don't exercise, like, enough. Like, I need to exercise like quite a high level. You know, I've always been scared of overtraining. You guys have heard it. Oh, if you exercise more than an hour, it's overtraining. Some people are just supposed to be like really fucking athletic. Like, I'm supposed to work out for about at least 1.5 to 2 hours most days, and if I don't, I become like the shell of the man that I'm supposed to. I start getting more emotional, more weaker, I get more tired. So it's just something to bear in mind. All the advice out there is based on like what's average, but there's always, you know, deviations from the average in every single person. So if you hear online that, like, you know, the perfect workout routine is 1 hour, and you think that you should be in 1 hour, the thing is, the range is more like 12 minutes to like 4.5 hours, and then there's Harry as the outlier, it's 5 hours above everyone else. Or like, here's everyone else on the graph, and then there's just one dot there. Like, who was this participant? We've got to remove him from the study.